in Week 10. The Vikings won a blowout in their first matchup against the Lions. Can Detroit get revenge? The answer comes your way next on Madden NFL 22.
To kick us off, here's Justin Rohrwasser. And we are underway from Ford Field. This taken in at the goal line. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Minnesota's offense and QB Kirk Cousins set to go here.
I like this guy. And the reason I do, he tends to stand an even keel. Doesn't let too much ruffle him. He will manage the game the way it needs to be managed, take what the defense gives him, and then he can strike at times. Had a touchdown pass. Yes, he had an interception last week, but he found a way for his team to win.
Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. And this will go for 5 up to the 33. These two teams, you may remember, they met in Minnesota earlier in the year with the Vikings coming out victorious. So if they can win again here in Detroit, they'd pull off the season sweep. Now a dump off here complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
Well, they'll use him a lot out of the backfield. He had 5 catches a week ago, and he makes another catch here for good yardage.
First down, here's the run with Cook. Oh, he faked it with a juke. Now he's got some room. And he's got this down to the 35.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
That hold coming from the left side of the line.
Hands got caught in the cookie jar on that one, and the flag came out. Penalty against them.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Cousins gives way to Cook. And he's going to take this one down to the 25. 43 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. Now this defense for the Lions, they were very good last week in the win over New Orleans.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and trying to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And down inside the 10 here before he's out of bounds right around the 7.
His passing's been on point on this drive, hasn't it? Been very accurate, gotten the ball downfield, gained nice chunks of yardage. But now, in this situation, the field is really condensed, partner. So if he's going to throw the football, it has to be pinpoint here.
I was going to ask you about that. Field shrinks, has to be sharper, but it's been a good opening drive so far.
Now they just want to see if they can cap it off with the bell ringer and put it in the end zone.
On 2nd and goal, Cousins toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion. So this is a big play coming up here on 3rd down.
3rd and goal for Cousins. He's got it. And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds. They're able to hold him to 3 there, and that leads to a 4th and goal.
I think the training and practice broke down on that play because he simply didn't run the route deep enough to get to the 1st down marker, despite what was a really nice.
And this ball is caught by Irv Smith. Touchdown, Vikings. Irv Smith Jr. with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Vikings take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. Extra point by Seibert, up and good, and it's now a 7-0 game. Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. And Wilson is perfectly content to bring this out to the 25, a touchback. A little jet sweep to start the drive. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. These two division rivals, a couple of late games on the schedule this year. Their first meeting, you might remember, was back in Week 10, and it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home. Goff's throw complete there to St. Brown. And they're able to get this one across the 35. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
A first carry now for the BYU man. It's Jamal Williams. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. From the gun on third down, Goff. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Daniil Hunter drops him for a loss of 14 yards, and it also brings up fourth down. And on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And it's fielded at the 34. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. 35 yards that time on the punt. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. They go play action. Cousins. Pressure comes, and down he goes. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down. Now, the number one mission of any offensive line, you got to protect that quarterback, keep him safe back there. This time, the rush got to him in a hurry.
Yeah, and this time it's going to come from the middle linebacker, because watching the lineman, it seemed to me that they thought he was going to drop back into pass protection, but he surprised them and came on the blitz instead and had a pretty clear run to the quarterback.
As we check the next-gen stats, you'll see he had precious little time to do anything with the football there. They'll run it. Here's Cook. Oh, look at the juke. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Cousins to throw it. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be 2nd down. To throw, Cousins. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
Swinging this out wide here for Cook. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a 1st down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 69 yards rushing for him now in this one as he is closing in on 1,800 yards for the year. So not quite a 1st and goal just yet as they come up now 2nd and inches. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
Eluding the pressure. Touchdown, Vikings! A great play there. His third touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings are going to add on to their lead. Extra point by Seibert up and good. And it's now 14-0. That time a 9-play drive. And it's polished off by a Vikings score. Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. No return here for Wilson. It's a touchback. It'll come out to the 25. Let's go. Back onto the field come the Lions for their second overall drive. The partner, just looking at some of the struggles they've had this season, the playoffs are not in their future. As they start to peer toward the offseason, what moves might they make?
I think the running back position, and I know we talk all the time about the NFL being a passing league, but the teams that run the ball effectively, they're the ones that go deep into the playoffs and go to the Super Bowl. They have to upgrade here. And you and I both know in recent years in the draft, people have shied away from taking a runner early, but if there's that special one there, I say they go get him.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there. 2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on first down to set him back on second.
Pick it up. Mike's 54.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Goff. Wilson snags it left side. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Mike 54. They're going to need some therapy after this.
From the 50, it's Goff. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And the Vikings will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they, if you just look at this game, Charles, on paper, they've got the edge, no doubt. They're hanging around the top of the... And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 47. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so. Goff now looks to throw. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
The scoreboard tells the story for him, a little bit bleak, and while it's not quite desperation time yet, it's definitely getting close, but the defense reads the scoreboard as well. They're going to back up and make them really earn it.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. Yeah, Williams is going to be stopped short of the yellow line. He did not get there. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. Here we go with Williams. And boy, this is going to be close. That mark looks a little short, and he didn't get there. The Lions turned away on 4th down. And the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Oh, and after Absolutely filthy juke. He's got some space now. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. 102 yards for him now on the ground as he goes over the century mark here. And I'd say he's ready for the playoffs ahead, no doubt. Cousins now to throw on first down. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 27-yard line.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time you wait for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Cousins throw complete there to Smith. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
Nice job, nice patience right there. Put him on the right side, let him work his way across, put the ball in his hands, and let him work his way upfield with a catch.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. This carry with the extra effort is going to get him stopped up just shy of the 10. On second down at 4, Cousins. He's got a man. It's his fullback. Touchdown! Kirk Cousins with 3 touchdown passes now in the afternoon. And the Vikings will extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point by Seibert up and good. And it's now 21-0. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And we'll see what they opt to do with just 14 seconds remaining until intermission. And he'll work this back to right around the line of scrimmage and surrender there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. So we hit halftime with a... Okay, well, so much for the halftime report here. Guy can't even finish his Snickers. We're going to get right to the third quarter. Let me spit this out. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. It'll be Lions football to start the second half, and they trail here as we get back underway on EA Sports. From his end zone, Wilson. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. And the Lions getting set to go on offense to start the third. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the offense will cover this one up, but they'll be pushed back inside their own 10.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
And he's going to lose yardage here back at the 8. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long. Back to throw, Goff. He's going to air one out. He rifles one that's intercepted. Mackenzie Alexander with a pick.
Personal foul. This is looking at the defense.
So now it appears they're going to accept the penalty, which means take away the interception. Also means keep your defense on the field. Don't understand this one bit. Now Williams running left. Uses the stiff arm. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
He's going to loft this one deep left sideline. And that is intercepted. Or was it? Wait, they'll say no. No interception. He did not keep the feet in bounds, apparently. So that's just going to be an incompletion. Throwing on 3rd. Goff. And this is going to be incomplete.
Well, this is just a continuation of what we saw in the first half. So much for the fresh start to begin the 3rd quarter. Still off-target throws, no rhythm throwing the football, and obviously no touchdown scored in this game.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. Yeah, call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They start the drive with Cook. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
And very little room to maneuver. He'll get this down to about the 39. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked.
And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. Trey Flowers drops him for a loss of 12, and it also brings up 4th down. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Fair catch called for and made at about the 32-yard line. 36 yards on the punt with no return, and the Lions will take over. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. On the ground, it's Swift to start the drive. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Check, watch 54, watch 54.
From the gun, here's Goff. Now he'll let it go deep left side. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Here's Goff. And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
Fielded just inside the 30. So possession goes over here on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And you see Dalvin Cook and the offense heading back out. And we have seen a decline in the numbers. Where does the fault lie? Just him? Maybe the guys up front? Combination?
Well, as you and I both know, it's almost always a collective deal. But in this case, I think maybe the offensive line got a little overconfident. They had blocked so well in the first half, picked up on what the defense was doing. I think we've seen an adjustment now that they have not picked up on, and now they're being a little bit overwhelmed.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 128 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. Following the good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. It's another 10 yards on that one and another 1st down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. And he's taken down inside the 30.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
On 1st down. It's Cook, and he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive, and like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line.
In my book, that's running the ball well, but with intelligence. How about him keeping the clock moving, staying in bounds?
Yeah, even though it's the third quarter, you're thinking ahead, aren't you? This is where your running game can really help you with a lead in the second half.
I agree totally. It's not just end-of-the-half situations that you worry about the clock. It's throughout the game. And with a lead, stay in bounds. Make them fight harder to try and catch you.
Now a throw here, hauled in. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. Back now at Ford Field. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. 3rd down, Dalvin Cook. And a nice job to break free of 1 tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down. Seibert's kick is good. And that stretches this lead even further. It's now 24-0. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And Wilson is perfectly content to bring this out to the 25, a touchback. And Detroit back in possession of the football. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory. But it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Xavier Woods with a pick, and he'll take it across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. Another solid game-changing play for this defense for the interception. At this point, though, I don't know that it's game-changing. I mean, they've got this one in firm control.
And you always hear about, you know, those stories about someone left their game plan behind and maybe you benefit from it. I'm not going to say that that happened.
Touchdown, Vikings! Adam Thielen hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Vikings are about to make it 4 straight as they add to this 4th quarter advantage.
You have fun with this one, partner?
I am. I mean, he's been fun to watch under center.
We always talk about, getting to the next level, right? When we see people get into the zone, this guy's in the master class right now. What a performance he's putting on, just carving them.
Four touchdown passes, carving him up is right. Seems like everything he throws is going to be a completion and going in the end zone. Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. From his end zone, Wilson. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter. And he'll be out of bounds right around the 20. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
Yeah, interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. The Lions on 3rd down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Out of the gun. Goff. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
He's going to look deep down the field. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. The Lions turned away on 4th down. And the Vikings, they have the football now in excellent field position. Here's Madison running on 1st down. And not much to speak of there. Maybe a yard down to the 20.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge. Partner, I have to tell you, just one word keeps coming to mind from watching them this afternoon, and that's impressive. They have been impressive from the opening kickoff, and they haven't let up here even into the...
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. Alexander Madison, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings extend their 4th quarter lead, and they are closing in now on a 14-win campaign. Extra point by Seibert, up and good, and the lead will swell by 1 more. Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. From his end zone, Wilson. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Detroit's offense ready to take over. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points. You feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
He gets this complete to Cephas, and he'll be corralled right around the 34. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. Now Goff on 1st down. This one taken in by Cephas. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. To throw is Goff. He's going to get that to Swift underneath. And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there, it's going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Throwing again is Goff. Looking left side, he's got it complete. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They tackle them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
From the 44, Goff. He'll get this one to the Golden Domer, St. Brown. And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 34-yard line. A shotgun snap for Goff. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They can go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big. Point after, up and good, as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. Following the touchdown, Rohrwasser handles the kickoff duties. Kene Nwagu now out of his end zone. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And it would seem as if their 3-game winning streak is about to go to 4, but still a little work to do as they start 1st and 10. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down, but a nice little gain.
Now that was an excellent run, and when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job, and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block, but the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
Another carry now for Madison. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first.
That's how you get right up off of the mat, because on the last play, they stoned him in the backfield and dropped him for a loss. But he's the type of guy that scared me a little bit because he's not daunted. Just got right back up, showed some confidence, and picked up a first down with his very next run.
And he's going to get it across the midfield stripe into Lion territory. A gain of 4 last play. They double that here and get 8. So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory. And it was their defense that really paved the way to this victory as they allowed the 1 touchdown, and that was all she wrote.
Almost want to do the defense chant